Hey everyone, I have my friend Jen here, and today we are going to talk about what is working right now when it comes to consistency in work and results, and consistency when it comes to meeting new people. Jen, thank you so much for taking your time to share your insights with everyone. We appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
Let's dive in. So talk to us about what your business was like before, prior to February, and then what does it look like now? You can use numbers, probably the easiest way for everyone to understand.
Okay, so back in February, I really didn't have a plan. I was kind of just doing whatever. Didn't really have a system in place, and so before then, I would probably average, maybe um, 0 to 2 customers at the most, without a system in place. And now, since I do have a system in place and I'm very disciplined with my system, I'm anywhere from average to 15 to 20 new customers a month.
That's amazing. Well done. I've so many questions. So talk to us about, you just mentioned being disciplined with your time. So how do you, how, I'm like, I have so many questions. Okay, first, that's a huge change, right? You had to
Yes.
do a massive change in behavior. What motivated you to change your behavior so drastically before we get into what you did?
Well, I really wanted to spend my time wisely and treat my business as a business and not to treat it as a hobby. And so I knew that in order for me to reach my goals, that time blocking was going to be really important for me. I needed to look at my schedule, see where maybe I was spending too much time that may not be very productive. And I had to time block my non negotiables first. So, whether it be presenting or inviting to classes, presenting, and then meeting with individuals one on
Mhm.
one. Those are my non-negotiables where I spend about 80% of my time during the week. What was also important for me too was to time block self care for myself so I could reset and recharge. And then, of course, to time block time with my family. So I'm very disciplined with my time blocking, and I have set times for everything. And I don't, I live by my calendar.
But were you always like that?
No, I wasn't, but I did some training with you about how the importance of time blocking was. So I decided that, that really makes sense because if not, we just start our day blind. We don't know what we're going to do. You can't have a goal unless you have it planned. So you have to have a system in place in order to reach those goals.
Yeah. So do you think it would be accurate to say what you needed was just like some tools in that area? I mean, t-
I definitely needed tools and I needed some guidance and to not allow the days to slip away from me
Mhm.
and to be productive with my time. And the time blocking has just been amazing for me.
I love
And
it.
then, sometimes I'll have to adjust little things. So I'm always working on my system. So I really focus on my system and not like obsess on the goal, but work on the little pieces that I need to, fine tune to eventually reach that goal. So I'm always fine tuning my system.
That's great. So when you have, so right now you're painting this picture of like perfect calendar. It's got to be color coded, I'm sure, right? And everything does well, and you like nail it. Also, I have a thought you might be human. So when you have a day that doesn't go according to your calendar, well, do you have days that don't go according to your calendar? Maybe that's my first question.
Oh, yes. I'll have days that, maybe a customer visit will go a little bit longer than anticipated and may throw my schedule off. But that's okay. I just deal with it as it comes. I take a deep breath and I don't beat myself up over it. And, I make the best of that day. And then tomorrow is a brand new day to start over again.
So that's it. But hold on. I think it's important that you put a bunch of shame on yourself. Tell yourself you'll never amount to anything because your schedule got messed up. You don't do any of that?
I have learned that we're all human and we are never going to be perfect. And I always used to be super critical of myself. Everything always had to be so perfect. And I finally had to let those things go because nobody really wants to see someone who's always perfect. We're all human. So it's okay not to be perfect. It's okay not to like get everything done in the day. So I do the best that I can each and every day. And I think people can relate to that more when you are not perfect all the time.
Yeah. How'd you shake it?
I just had to let it go. I just had to really discipline myself and say, Jen, you don't always have to be perfect all the time. Nobody in
Mhm.
this world is perfect. And if you look perfect all the time, then you're not going to present yourself as someone else being able to do what you do.
Yeah. There's no relatable. Well, I think when we're
Right.
around people that feel perfect, we feel less than, right? So when someone elevates their status, it automatically decreases other people's status. So then if you're the other person, that makes it really difficult. Okay, that's really awesome. So you keep mentioning 80% your non-negotiables. Could you lay those out? Like, do you even in as much detail as you can? So you mentioned inviting, presenting one-on-ones. Would you be able to break down how much of that you do? Because I'm sure a lot of people want to know. I mean, they ask me all the time in the coaching, like, well, how many invites and how many, right? Like that sort of stuff. So could you give a little bit more detail?
So I do this in different forms. Most of it is here locally. I would say I do either one-on-ones. A lot of that, my one-on-ones are probably when I meet with someone directly is probably about 60% of my time. 10% I could be, presenting to a group of people. Um, and the other 10% um, would be looking for ways to invite people to an event.
Yeah, that's pretty simple. I've got to know. I'm going to ask it. How much do you work?
I I work 40 hours a week on my business.
So you
I
have
had to decide how many hours that I was going to be able to do this. So I wanted to make this a full-time job.
full time. Cool. So work 40 hours a week, split it up. So almost half your time is in one-on-ones. I think there's this idea that if I want to enroll 15 to 20 people a month, I have to do these big groups, big gatherings. But you're here saying over 60% of your time is connecting with people one-on-one. Could you talk a little bit more about why you think that's helped you to be successful?
I love the connections that you can make with meeting with someone on a one-to-one level. I have always found that you just build a better connection, and I love to be able to talk to people. I love learning about them. Um, I I love listening to them to see, um, learn about them. What do they do for their business? I like to learn about their family, their hobbies, and I just really have found that I've been able to build really good relationships off of that.
Cool. So talk to me about the people. How were you finding all these? Everyone always asks, where are all the people? So can you talk a little bit about how you've been able to consistently um, introduce yourself, meet with enough people to be able to enroll at that rate?
Well, I am new to the area where I live in now. I was born and raised in Las Vegas and moved to Post Falls, Idaho about a year and a half ago. So I knew nobody here. And I just, with my job, I really wanted to make it happen and make it a full time job. So I knew that I was going to have to get my face out there, you know, connect with local people within my area. So I actually joined a BNI chapter that is full of different business owners. And the main intention is to network and help each other grow one another's businesses.
Cool. I have, I'm sure a lot of people are like, okay, cool, BNI chapter. How did you turn a networking group into people that were interested? I don't like this term, but interested in your product. Could you give a little bit more specifics around how that, because that's its own system, right? Go to the
Right.
thing. I assume you do want the one-on-one networking. So most networking groups want you to connect with other business owners. You have a one-on-one conversation. How does all that play out to actually grow your network marketing business?
Well, I always, whenever I do a one on one, I like to listen to them first for them to tell me all about them. And so I figure out, I listen to what they do for a business. I learn about themselves, their family, what some of the things maybe they're struggling with. And then I go into creative mode where I figure out, well, how could I help them and how could we network together to help one another grow each other's business? So it comes in all different forms and it's unique to each one-on-one, but I really focus on how can I help them, not how they can help me. I figure out how I can help them
I
and
love
it
that.
just seems like it just kind of magically comes together that way.
Cool. Would you be willing to share like a success story of how this played out, just so people could like grab it?
Yes. Okay. So I we had a couple of new visitors to our BNI chapter, and it was for pest control, which is something kind of like not what we're kind of away from that kind of things. And I thought, oh boy, I just do not know how I can help them. But I'm like, okay, Jen, there has to be a way you can help them. So I figured out a way, um, you know, um, without going into specifics, but I really fine tune a way that what I offer could help them within their business
Hmm.
to um, kind of maybe reduce toxic loads within their business because they're
Cool.
around chemicals each and every day.
For the
So
like their employees and stuff?
yes, for their employees and themselves. So I figured out a way that I could help them, and then also they were just so excited about it, they became like my biggest customer and they're even advocates for me now.
That's so cool. That's really cool. Because you weren't trying to see how I could get something from them.
And
Which
absolutely.
so you've been doing this chapter for a year, I guess, at least, or just
No,
recent or February.
only since February.
So crazy. Okay. So can you tell when people are just there to try to help themselves?
Absolutely, and I don't want to be that person. I am one of those ones that loves to seek to serve. So if I can help someone else grow their business, I just feel like for me, it just works so much better. So I go in there as a team effort, figure out ways that we can all grow together.
I love that. That is so good. And so you've been attending that chapter, I assume, every week. Do you have any other ways other than that to that you meet people?
I do. I'm also a part of a women's group that I was invited to that, but stem from BNI. So I am also a member of a women's group. And I've also partnered up with a yoga studio. So we do a lot of events together. And I love community outreach events. So I'm getting ready to do one for running shoes for kids. So I'll do some fun activities for the kids and stuff like that. So I just really try to be involved with the community however I can.
I love that. That was
Mhm.
like gold right there. So if you guys are watching this or listening to this, I really hope that you got what Jen was saying about like be as involved as possible. Be someone that people would want to know is kind of what I hear, not the other way around. This is awesome. So what advice would you give to someone who's in the space that you were in? Right? It was schedules all over the place, 0 to 2 enrollments a month, trying to figure out, could I make this real or should I give up on this sucker? What do you think? What advice or encouragement would you give?
Anything is possible as long as you set your mind to it. I was someone who knew nobody here, and now I have partnership with over 40 businesses here locally within the last few months. So um, I just say, go in it as a team effort, believe in yourself. You do not have to be perfect by all means. Nobody wants to be with a perfect person all the time. It's okay to make mistakes. Just tweak your system however it needs to be and work towards that goal. And you can definitely make it happen. It's
I love
definitely
that.
possible.
Thank you so much, Jen, for your time. This was perfect. I'm sure it hit the spot for everyone and appreciate the amount of detail you went into as well.
Oh, you're so welcome.
All right.